Hello everyone, this is Rebecca from Papeterie de Choix and welcome to File Folder Friday. Today I've got a little project that's a little bit different, maybe, it might not be that different, but what I have is a floating pocket that has a, it's made from a file folder with decoupaged dictionary pages on it. A little bit of jewelry bling. This is an old necklace that I cut up. Just a little something here with some books underneath. Sort of has a typewriter and font theme, sort of, with these little bitty journaling cards stuck in here, like so. And then on the back is two little journaling cards. One is a letter, one's a little advertisement with a belly band made from a font. And then inside is a couple of tickets. This is from a 6x6 that I had. I think it's a Hobby Lobby brand. And so is this one. I made a pocket tag from it. I don't have anything in it at the moment, but it was sort of the same color scheme. So this is what we're going to make in today's project, is a floating pocket with some ephemera. So let me get my materials together and I will be right back. Okay, as you can see, I've already decoupaged some dictionary page onto a file folder. I did one side of a file folder, and that's what I made the other one from, and this one, and I just decoupaged the whole thing, let it dry, and then cut it roughly in two. I didn't really measure anything. I just picked out roughly the size that I wanted. But what I'm going to do with this is we're going to score it. I need to wash this thing. It's got ink and stuff all over it. I'll just give you an idea. I mean, you can make it any size that you want, but this is 7 1/4 inches by, let's call it 5 inches. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to score at 3 1/2. Get this back up here. It keeps wanting to float away. So 3 1/2 is going to be my halfway point. Now it's 7 1/4 inches wide, but this I'm going to score it at 7 because I want this little flap to fold in to be on the inside fold, so that I get the full width of the pocket. And then I'm going to turn it this way. Well, first let me figure out which side you want to be the bottom. Yeah, I think I'm going to have it this way. And along the bottom, score that at 1/4 inch all the way across. Okay, I think we can do away with that for a minute. So we have our, now my dictionary pages are very old, so when I fold this, they're going to split, but that's fine with me because I don't mind the aged look, and if anything pops up, then I'll just glue it back. But under normal circumstances, they wouldn't do that, but it's because my dictionary pages are so old. So this is going to be the back. So I want this page to come over here like this. Like so. So that means this is my front. So on, let me find my little scissors. So on the one that's going to be your back, you need to cut that 1/4 of an inch section off. And I do it just above the fold, or the score line. I was trying to say fold line. I guess in a sense it is a fold line. And then just miter your edges just slightly on what will be the little front flap, like so. Now, I'm going to glue that little thing back on and put my thumb notch in, so let me do that. So I'll be right back. So to get my thumb notch where I want it to be, I'm going to put a little ink there so I can see where that corner is. And I know that this should be 3 1/2, so my middle should be 1 3/4. So I'm just going to make a mark there. And I'm using a 1 1/2 inch hole punch. And I'm just going to kind of line up that arrow. And while I'm here, I'm just going to go ahead and give it all a good ink. And then I've got a few. Can you tell I'm kind of in a hurry? So my husband's still up and I want to hurry up and get this done before he comes into the kitchen. I know that's crazy, but I don't like him to hear me talk. Anyway, he's in the living room watching TV. So, yeah, see what I mean? If I was doing this with any other paper, it wouldn't be doing that. It would be just fine. But that's just my thing. That's not your thing. Okay, so okay, one of the little what I'm going to call jewelry pieces, I want to go, I think, about there. So I'm just going to punch me a hole, and this is just a little rose brad, where it's just like a brad like some. This one's the same exact thing, but has a little rose on the front of it. So we're going to put that there, like so. And I think I'm going to stick just a touch of glue under it as well, because I can't really use my little pliers to squish it down like I would on others. So I'm just going to push that down like that and hold it, and I am going to just want to use my scissors and just push that down to where it's just a little bit tighter. Yeah, now it don't move now. Okay. And the other thing I was going to put, now these are an old pair of earrings that I'm sure someone made them, but they're not really my thing. And I was thinking I would just put them like this, but I think I want to put this little lady, not lady, but the oh my goodness, the dress form here. This was given to me in a some swap stuff when I used to be on Facebook and was in a craft community on there, or a craft group on there. So I'm just going to put a little bit of ink around these edges just to give it a little bit of something. Yeah, I don't know how much something I'm giving it, but I'm giving it a little something. I guess that's as good as it's going to get. Yeah, I'd almost forgot about this thing. I knew I had something else laid out over here, but I'd put a little card over top of it, not realizing. Hopefully I can get some glue on those little legs without breaking them off. I thought I had it in my hand, my goodness. Okay, so let's just put that about like that. Is she somewhat straight? I have a dress form from the 40s, I believe it is, or the 20s one. Right now I can't remember. Might be getting it mixed up because I paid $40 for it from a friend of mine. It's a French dress form. It's the kind that comes down to about right here, and it's covered in fabric, and it's got all these numbers and letters stamped on the front of it, and it has its little legs like that, and it has a cast iron base. But I have the wheels, but they were not on it. So yeah, I have that. I'm thinking now I don't really want these. So they're going to the side over here. So that might be all I'll put on the front, at least for now. Okay, so the next thing is we're going to put some glue here on this part. And you'll notice I didn't come all the way up to the edge, but I knew this was the side I was going to use, or at least had it in my head. This was the side I was going to use to glue the side. And, okay, I'm going to step right over here and press this with the iron, and I'll be right back and we'll finish this little thing up. Okay, now we're going to come in and glue this little bottom flap and fold it up very careful like. I realized these dictionary pages were probably way too fragile to use like this, so I guess I'll have to stick to using them some other way and not to decoupage them. Okay. Okay, so I found a little doily that I just sprayed a little bit of alcohol ink. What color was it? Burnt sienna. I don't have any tea ink right at the moment. I used all that I had, and I haven't made any more, so that's the closest color that I had. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this little doily, try to center it up so that it's becomes just a little bitty pocket at the bottom, or maybe a tuck spot is a better way to put it. But I do want to glue the sides just enough for it to hold, and then I'm going to go over here to the back and do the same thing. but so far well, I went too far on both of them, didn't I? That's what your clothes are for, right? So alright, so while that dries, I have a few little pieces of ephemera that are kind of sewing related that I'm going to just clip the little corners of just a itty bitty bit. And the back is white, and I will ink that, but I won't do it on camera right now. That's just a process that most everybody knows right now, I think. I'll just give it a little spray. And so yeah, I'm trying to do a few projects ahead because I'm going to visit my daughter in North Carolina while her husband is out of town for 2 weeks for his job. And she's like, Mama, can you come help me? Her little one, she's got a 4-year-old, a soon-to-be 3-year-old, and a 13-month-old. I had to think for a second. And the little one named Cadence, who's already calling me Nana and reaching for me, as opposed to the other two that couldn't care less. She's got an ear infection and the antibiotics is reacting, and so Jamie's just having a hard time. So I'm going to be going up Sunday and staying a couple of days. So I'm just I'm kind of focused on what I want to get done while what I want to be uploaded while I'm gone. So, but yeah, it's bad when your kids are sick. Jamie, she had an ear infection. It seemed like all the time. When I had him in swimming class, she always got swimmer's ear. It was just a headache, and my mother's the same way, so I think, and then when I had sinus surgery back in 2004, my right ear drains, but the doctor wouldn't put a tube in because at that time I was 37, and he said the chances of me going deaf because of this was great, so he didn't want to risk it. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm glad because I don't want you to risk it either. So, okay, we're going to put that little thing there, and I'm going to put this one here. It'll just slide in, but barely. This over top of it. And then I have this pattern instructions. I'm not even sure where I got it. I think it was just in some something. And it's got the instructions, or at least part of the instructions. Page 2, page 3. I guess, yeah, there's a sheet missing anyway for these old-timey purses and stuff. So that's what's going to go in the pocket. So we're going to pop this little thing right down in here. Might have to refold it though. Let's which would be the best way to do this, I think, if I do it this way. Well, I don't suppose it really matters which way. I'm gonna refold the factory fold so that this hangs over slightly and gives me a better view. There we go. It's not quite as fancy and dutied up as the first one, but it is cute. So there's the first one. And I know this is glass, and I know it should look matte in here. What I did was I took just a little bit of my matte medium and put over it, so that it wouldn't reflect so much in the with all the lights. I've got 3, well, technically 4 lights all shining right here, because it's, you know, it's dark outside and I don't get sunlight in my craft room except just a few minutes, maybe an hour in the evening, and even then it's filtered. Alright, so that is our File Folder Friday project, a floating pocket. And these just happen to be somewhat themed, but with a little jewelry bling, and I've got tons of it's not scrap jewelry, it's jewelry that I have bought, costume jewelry, and actually taken apart, and then I've got probably half as much not taken apart as I have taken apart. You know what these are for the little embroidery flosses. Well, I have 4, 8, 12. I have 12 of these completely full, and they're arranged by color. And that's not counting 5 little, the little decorative cardboard boxes. I have 3 round ones that go together in one set. The biggest one's about that big around and about this tall. And there's 3 sizes, and then I have another set that there's 2 of them, and they're full. I mean, I've been collecting this kind of vintagey look jewelry for 4 or 5 years, so I have a lot. So I'm going to be starting using some of it in my projects where I can. So thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you in another video very soon.